Do you see this from the flight? Oh, yeah. An iPhone survived 16,000 foot drop from a 737 and survived with spare battery to spare days later. It's one of the greatest iPhone ads of all time. I saw that. Found an iPhone on the side of the road, still in airplane mode with half a battery and open to a baggage claim for Alaska Airlines. Survived the 16,000 foot drop perfectly intact. When I called it in, Zoe at NTSB said this was the second phone to be found. No door yet. This is the most... I mean, listen, as an iPhone user... Just saying, dude. An Android could never. They found the door in a teacher's backyard. Yeah. I just don't know how it survived it, but I guess maybe because it's like grass. I don't know. Goated phone case? No, this doesn't have like a phenomenal phone case. Yeah, it's wet, so it fell on soft grass. Maybe that's why. Or maybe, I don't know. I just think it got lucky. Yeah, sometimes MindDrive is correct. Sometimes it just hits the ground right. Even a human has survived from those heights. Yeah, you know, I'm sure you've seen those like Chat GPT bot written Twitter threads of like fascinating things that have happened throughout human history. Like every now and then there will be a story about how like someone fell out of a plane and survived it. You know, because that is real. Like people sometimes literally fall out of planes without parachutes and survive it. So I don't know how, but they do. 33,000 feet is the biggest fall from a plane without a parachute. Your legs and the rest of your body get pulverized and protect the vital parts. Yeah. Imagine falling that far and surviving. Okay, let's see. Can a person survive falling out of a plane? There you go. The science of surviving a fall. How to survive a 10,000 foot fall from NPR. Okay. Falling from an airplane would ruin most people's day, but if you're James Bond, it's no big deal. His enemy plunges to the ground. Bond fights off a second bad guy, deploys to shoot, and floats gracefully to Earth. Piece of cake. Okay, Alan McGee survived the 20,000 foot fall from his plane during World War II and survived by landing on the glass roof of a French railroad station. Serbian flight attendant Vesna Vulovic still holds the Guinness World Record for the longest survived fall, over 30,000 feet, after her plane blew up in the 70s, though some cynics think the real height of Vulovic's fall was a mere 2,600 feet. Okay, that's a big difference. Vesna Vulovic is Boy Boy's aunt. You are such a... Wait, what? I thought you were being funny because Boy Boy is Serbian. There's no way. But how exactly do you survive such an extraordinary event? Brett Elaine, associate professor of physics, says that the experimental evidence on the subject is thin because it's unethical to throw people out of airplanes for science. Fortunately, we don't have enough data to make a trend line. Wait, what? Bro, you can... What? That's not the only way to... This is not the only way to figure this out scientifically, I feel like. No, these are people who fell out of a plane without a parachute, chat. How can you survive when it's called terminal velocity? Explain that. Dude, I have no idea. I actually don't understand it. I do feel like half the time, like if people fall from that height into water, I feel like that's a definite you're dead. But somehow, if they fall into the ground, they don't die, and I don't understand why. Another Jim Hamilton has compiled dozens of these stories. For instance, Alan McGee, we talked about. So, Rhett Elaine, associate professor. Still, Elaine and others have a few ideas. Be small. This is one situation where size really does matter. Smaller people are going to fall slower. So, that's going to give them a better chance of survival. You've probably witnessed this phenomenon if you ever brush an insect off your kitchen table. A 3-foot fall is pretty intimidating for something as small as an ant. But the ant survives. How does he do it? The answer has to do with the two main forces. Oh my God. Gravity and air resistance? Wait, what? Dude, that's another way. Another tall aside, dude, for the talls. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick right now. I can't even read the rest of this, okay? This is real. Tall aside is so real, dude. Oh my God, another major L for the talls. Oh God, I hate it. You never hear about tall kings. You're right. You're so right. Only short kings. Only short kings. Our resident 5'5" Nesua throws up the Haas flex when we're talking about short kings. You may remember learning physics. Gravity accelerates objects at the same rate. Although two objects with different masses will fall at the same speed in a vacuum, it's not so simple for a skydiver. Air resistance pushes you back. Gravitational force depends on the person's mass. Consequently, large people accelerate longer before they attain terminal velocity, so they hit the ground at a higher speed. Bigger people also have a larger surface area, which increases air resistance, but Elaine says it's not enough to compensate for the stronger downward force due to the larger mass. You can drop a mouse down a 1,000-yard mine shaft, and on arriving at the bottom, it gets a slight shock and walks away. A rat is killed, a man is broken, a horse splashes. Oh. Gross. Hit something soft. What you land on makes a difference. Survivability is heavily influenced by G-forces. Soft surfaces are easy on the body because they increase your stopping distance. Okay, I'm serious. It feels like...
Did you know that squirrels can fall from any height and not get injured? Due to squirrels' small mass and their instinctive ability to spread their body out when falling, a squirrel hits its terminal velocity of 23 miles per hour in around 3 seconds. That means that if the squirrel is falling for 3 seconds or 3 hours, the maximum speed it can fall at is only 23 miles per hour. When a squirrel hits the ground at their terminal velocity, it's not enough to injure them. Unless, of course, they are unlucky enough to fall into lava, then it might not go